me, you ain't loyal. They think you shy, but you're a freak. That's why I spoil you. I could've hit it for the free.
Is this on? Testing, testing. Hello, hi. Hi guys, how are you? Excuse me. Hi. This is me. This is bruh. Hello y'all, what's up? My name is Rosemary. For those of y'all who don't know, this is my channel. This is my new YouTube channel. I've never actually, how can I say this? I never actually did a YouTube video, so this feels a little crazy, weird. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, this is my first actual YouTube video. So if y'all tuned in right now, I love y'all and thank you for taking the time out to watch this video and get to know me as a person, as a whole, as a channel, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this is my first actual YouTube channel. For those who don't know me, y'all could subscribe. My name is Rosemary Martinez. If y'all don't know me, I could also find me on Instagram under Rose is Lit, because I'm lit. I don't know, y'all may think so, I don't know. But my name is Rose is Lit. If y'all don't know me, those of y'all who don't know, that is my boy X in the back. RPX. Going too soon. My boy right there. Yeah. Anyway, so if you people are new, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see more content like this. Well, it's my first video, but you know the content gonna get better. Well, if it's already better, you liking it, good. Feel me? So let's stay here. Anyway, yeah, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna be posting more videos about my life, about everything. Gonna be a lot of random videos, but to make you laugh, to help you, to progress you in any way. This YouTube album's a been start, so yeah, this is gonna be me posting a lot of different topics. You guys can also comment down below and tell me what you guys want to see, and I will try my best to make it happen, because you know me, I do everything possible on God. So in today's video, I will be talking to you about how I failed my road test the first time I took it and how I passed my road test the second time I took it. So yes, I did fail it the first time. Both times I was very, 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 very nervous, but I will tell y'all how I failed it and ways to avoid failing a road test, and as well as tips to maybe help you prepare for your road test if you are taking it soon. And I recently passed my road test last week. Today is a week after. This is a week after I passed it. I was gonna make a video originally the day of, but a lot has happened that day, you know, a lot of excitement, a lot of tears, joy, emotions, and I had a lot to do, I had work, I had a lot of other things, so kind of delayed this video, but I did want to make a video about it because it really was important to me. Also, I wanted to start my YouTube for a very long time, and I was trying to figure out what topic I should do, and you know, just kind of just prolong the situation, or how can I say, what's the word? The word is procrastination. I procrastinated, and it's just why this is a week later video, because you know, well, I wouldn't say procrastinated, it was a lot of tasks to do and a lot that I needed to do. But yeah, so obviously this is 2021 and COVID is still in the building, in the world. So I took my test during COVID still. Obviously right now they're trying to uplift a lot of the mask regulations and everything and turn the world back to normal. So yeah, but for right now, you know, I had to take my test with my mask on, everything like that, both times, you know, safety precautions and whatever sort that may be. I took my test, the first time I took it was in June. I took it June 3rd of 2021. I actually have receipts, well, the, you know, test scores for both days. The second day I passed, obviously, but for the first test, you know, the receipt is a little bit longer because I failed and had more mistakes or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to go over the day I took both tests and my experience and everything like that. So yeah, taking my first test, I took it in the Bronx. It was on Stringer
This test was on
Avenue.
Havenmeyer Avenue.
I'm not
Sorry,
really familiar
y'all.
with the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised in Brooklyn. I recently started living in the Bronx this year due to many reasons. Not my choice, but I would love to move back to Brooklyn soon in my life whenever I get the chance. I took my test in the Bronx, first time in the Bronx. Yeah, that first time it was so yeah, with the lessons that I was taking, when I first got my permit, I was taking lessons in Brooklyn. Back then I used to live in Brooklyn, so I was taking lessons in the Crown Heights area. Mr. Dune's driving school, if you ever heard of it. The lessons in Brooklyn I was taking, and the instructor was pretty good. But I wasn't, toward the end, I wasn't really getting as much lessons in, and he was, so yeah, I couldn't get a hold of my instructor in Brooklyn after a while because he was a little bit more busier and taking a lot of more students. So that was that. And also I moved to the Bronx, so it was a little bit of a travel going back and forth to Brooklyn from the Bronx. But a lot of places I do go nowadays is Brooklyn. I don't really hang out in the Bronx, so everywhere I need to go, I go to Brooklyn. It's a bad habit, I know. But yeah, so my other lessons I started to take recently was in the Bronx. Thankfully, somebody who I work with, he's a really good friend of mine, he put me on to a driving instructor in the Bronx that he took, and he's passed his road test really good and really easily the first time. So I'm just like, all right, bet. Let me, like, he put me on to the instructor, and he's in the Bronx. The driving school that he's from is Asian driving school. It's in the Bronx. But he just gave me more private lessons. He's from the school, but he just gave me personal lessons, and I paid through him. And he was really, cool. Really, he taught me really well. I felt comfortable driving in his car, and I've learned from before with lessons in Brooklyn, with those other lessons combined, like I just felt I got two different instructors teaching me how to drive, feeling more comfortable, and overall, my driving has gotten really good, really better, like my parallel parking, all that. Good. But long story short, I'm gonna just talk about the day that I failed my road test. That day was June 3rd. It was a rainy day in the Bronx. Like I said, I took my test by Stringer Avenue.
Actually, it was in
however you say it,
Havenmeyer Avenue, not Stringer Avenue. Sorry, y'all.
I took my test there. It was raining that day, number one. Number two, my test supposed to start at 11:15 a.m., right? Me and my instructor, I used my driving instructor's car for the test because I don't have my own car. We got to the test like around 10 in the morning. We got there pretty early. Before we actually got to the test site, we practiced a little bit before we got there. My instructor, he knows I can drive, so before we got there, I was driving really good, right? So I was feeling pretty good in the morning. I'm like, all right, I got this. Even though it was raining, the rain made me a little bit more nervous, but I'm just like, you know what? This is just even more practice for the real life, when it's raining. It's normal when it rains outside, so no matter what the weather is, you still gotta drive, you feel me? So that's why I didn't try to make it a big deal that it was raining, We pull up, and we get to the test site, and it's a lot of other cars in front of me, so it's a long ass line. And my test was supposed to start at 11:15, and it ends up starting at 12 because the instructor had to take so many other people, right? Cool, no problem. I am a very patient person. I didn't mind waiting, give me more time to prep myself. But I'm not gonna lie, the more I waited, the more nervous I got, and the more in my head I got. If you know me, I get in my head a lot. I mean, I'm a cool person, but one thing about me is that I get in my head a lot, especially when I'm nervous or when I really want to succeed. I got in my head. I was really, really, really nervous. I'm like, nah, man. Nah. I just felt really anxious because I was, So, yeah. Crazy. So, it's finally our turn to go. It's now. She takes us at 12. The test started late, whatever. I pull up a little closer, and the instructor pulls up to the car. You know, it's cool. So she goes over all the rules and stuff like that, and then she asks me for my name, my permit, everything like that. Yeah, so she gets in the car or whatever. She looks like she already kind of has an attitude, like already from jump. She had an attitude. It was a lady. It was a black African American lady. She was a little heavy set, you know, no worries from me. She was all, you know, all Gucci. I seen her off rip, you know. And this off when she sat in the car, she already had an attitude. I said, "Hi, how you doing?" You know, really nice, polite, you know, just trying to get a good vibe, you know. And she just didn't acknowledge me, and she was just like, "I'm hot. Can you roll down the window?" I was just like, damn, like, all right, cool, like, you got it for me, you got it. You want the window down, you got it. I'll put the window down for you. But when I said, "Hi, how you doing?" she didn't say nothing back. So I was just like, damn, like, she probably already, like, have an attitude. She already looked pissed off. She didn't smile not one time. Like, she just was very just, for me, like, for me. So I was just like, all right, cool. So she don't want to talk to me, you know, it's whatever, cool, that's fine. She said she hot, rolled on the window, got the move, feeling right, cool. Afterwards, she's like, all right, whenever you're comfortable, you can start. So I said, okay, cool. I made sure I put my seatbelt on, I checked my mirrors, all that. And I pulled out nice. I made sure I check my blind spot. You know, check your blind spot when you pull out. You feel me? Like, you know, check behind you. Make sure no cars coming in. You can't check the mirror. You gotta check your blind spot. You feel me? Check your blind spot and pull out. Was driving. This is my receipt I got the day of the road test. A lot of points off for the test. Altogether, I got an F. My score, I don't know my score because there's a lot of like numbers here. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you how I felt basically. So I pulled out nice, everything was good. It was raining that day, so I guess like the speed limit was supposed to be lower. No one ever told me that. Like my instructor told me afterwards that the speed limit is supposed to be slower, but whatever. My speed limit was fine. Like I was good. She told me to make left turn or right turn. I made all my turns correctly. All my stop signs, I stopped that correctly. Like all my stop signs, I didn't get no points off for any stop signs, so that was good. You just gotta make sure you stop before the white line and you're fine. You feel me? It was just this one turn that I made that kind of fucked me up. Fuck. Oh yeah. So yeah, it kind of fucked me up because I turned and mind you, I'm the only, so in this road that I'm driving down, I'm the only car like in front of another car. So there's no cars in front of me and there's only one car in the back of me. So in my head, I'm just like, I don't want to drive too slow whereas the car gets angry or tries to tailgate me or go around or whatever the hell to make it a bad situation. So I tried to keep the speed limit. I was driving at like 22, 23 per hour, but I wasn't like at the end of the road, so I just was driving at that speed limit and I was gonna slow down once I got to, you know, closer to the end of the road. The car behind me was right behind me, so I didn't want to drive too slow, right? Cool. And I was driving at the speed limit. All of a sudden, this pedestrian, this guy, he walks in front of the car out of nowhere, bro. Like, I swear to God, he's like, I guess he was between two cars on the side of the road, or like on the road that was driving down. Literally, I'm driving this way. He walks right in front of the car, bro. Like, right in front of the car. I'm just like, bro. Literally, my driving instructor immediately pressed the brake. Mind you, when I seen him, I was going to press the brake, but my instructor, like, already beat me to it. Like, she literally was like, ah, like, so fast. That made my heart, like, shatter. Like, I was just like, oh. Like, I couldn't believe it because I did not expect this guy to literally walk right in front of the car, like, bro, like, and I went to go press my brake, like, my foot was literally right on the brake, and the instructor just slammed that shit mad hard, like, bow, like, mad hard, bro. So, yeah, that was that. And when she pressed the brake, she looked at me like, with an attitude, like, she was like, you crazy, like, you're, like, she looked at me like, Like, bro. So, yeah, that was that. Once she looked at me like that, pressed the brake, I was just like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And we continued to test afterward. We continued to test. So after that, she told me to make another turn into this road to do a 3-point turn. 3-point turn, you gotta do reverse, all the way to the right, all the way to the left, all the way to the right again. You just basically making a U-turn. When you're doing it, you're reversing, coming back, going around. During that, she basically tells me to pull into this road that was really lumpy. Like, it was kind of a dead-end road, and it had no lines in it, and it was just a really shitty road, bro. And she told me to do a 3-point turn there, but I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I pull over to the right. Mind you, when you're taking your test, make sure you use your signals. I didn't lose any points for not using any signals, because every signal I did, even when you're doing a 3-point turn, you do a signal for each time you're turning your wheel the other way to reverse or whatever. Same way you're turning, same way, like, signals when you're pulling over, signal for every single thing. So yeah, make sure you use your signals. I did that. For the 3-point turn, we pulled into this road. It was this really bad road, no lines, very lumpy road. But yeah, pulled in. My 3-point turn was really good. Usually when I do my 3-point turn, I do them really, really good. But since that thing happened with the pedestrian, my head was like, literally, like, I was in my head. I was so nervous after that. And so, when you're doing a 3-point turn, so when I went to go, so first, like, when you first go all the way to the left, I pull out this way, right? And then the next step, you're supposed to reverse. You're supposed to go back and then go around. So when I was reversing, usually you're supposed to put your hand behind your back and look behind you to make sure, when you're reversing, you're supposed to look behind you. But for some reason, like, I just didn't do that. Like, I was just in my head, so I just looked in my mirror to go back and then go around. Like, it was a perfect, but she was just like, you didn't look behind you, so I lost points for that as well. So yeah, I lost points for that. And they say once they press the brake already, you automatically fail. So she already pressed the brake earlier in the test when the pedestrian came. So, but I kept going with the test, so I thought, I'm like, maybe I have a chance. So the 3-point turn, that was good, but I just didn't look behind me, so she took points off. And then she said that I got points off for delayed braking or whatever. So I guess that that my braking and stuff was a little bit, like, I don't know. I think my braking was good, but she took points off for it. So maybe, like, toward the end, I was just a little nervous. I don't know. But toward the end of the test, everything else I did correct. Like, my turns, everything else was good. So the only main thing that happened was just the pedestrian, and yeah. So at the end of the test, I'm thinking, all right, maybe I have a chance. I'll just at one time press the brake. She gives me the paper to this envelope. She's like, here you go. I'm like, did I pass? She's like, your instructor will tell you. I gave it to him. I'm just like, here you go. And he was just like, yeah, you didn't pass. I'm like, really? I didn't, bro. I was so mad. I had to pay for it too. And it's like, you could do so good, but once they press the brake, it's over. So because of that pedestrian and because of that, not looking behind me, I got points taken up. But mostly because she pressed the brake for the pedestrian, which is, she took like 15 points off for yielding right away to pedestrian. So that is a major thing, and she pressed the brake. So because of that, I automatically failed. About that day when I failed, everybody was rooting for me. Like, I remember going to work and telling all my coworkers, I work at Shake Shack, so I got a lot of coworkers at Shake Shack, and they would just tell me, yo, Rose, you gonna pass. It was my friend as well who put me on to the instructor. He's really cool. He was like, yo, you gonna pass, da-da-da, like, you better fucking pass, bro. My brother was amping me up, my mom, everybody, like, and I know all my family, my friends, my cousins, everybody was just like, yo, you got this, bro. Like, I have so much support, bro. So I was like, yo, I really got this, man. That day, bro, like, I just was in my head. Like, I really felt that. I was just like, damn. Yeah, a lot of people were pretty much telling me that they failed. A lot of people failed the first time. A lot of people even failed 3 or more times. So, it's not easy. especially when you're being watched by somebody that you don't know and that they're in the car watching you, testing you. This is for your license. You know, you really want this. I really wanted this. So it's like, it kind of messed me up, you know. So I failed and it broke my heart. I was really like distraught by it. I was sad. Feel me? And when I had to reschedule it, the thing about it, it was so busy. You know, it's the summertime right now, so everybody wants their license. So when the instructor came into the car, you know, it was a really hot day, so she just told me off rip. She's like, hey, so if you mind, can you just start the car because it's really hot outside, I don't want to die. So I said, of course. So I just started the car and put the AC on, so that way, you know, you start from the AC. And she just started telling me the rules again about, you know, about the road test and everything like that. Same old thing. And whenever I was ready, I could start the car. Whatever, right? Cool. I just took a deep breath. Mind you, I gotta say, you know what? I could do this. Whatever she tells me to do, I'ma just do it. I've done this many times before, you know, during my lessons, you know, like, I just gotta do it. You feel me? So ready, I made sure I put my seatbelt on. Again, check my mirrors. You know, check everything like that. Check all my blind spots before I pull out. I pull out man nice. And yeah, everything she tells me to do, I start doing. Like, I do all my turns nice, all my stop signs A1. I ain't gonna lie, this test was going so much smoother. Like, when she told me to, like, stop and stuff, like, she told me, like, way ahead of time, like, you know, you can stop here or turn here. Like, it was very smooth. And I said, yes, ma'am, I got you. Like, everything I did was just perfect. When it came down to my parallel parking, that was A1. Like, my parallel parking, I did in 2 seconds. Like, not 2 seconds, but I did it so quick. I pulled up to the car, 1, 2. Like, I did that so fast. And after my parallel parking, she told me to do a 3-point turn right after that. So I did it out of my parking space, and I did that correct, like A1. Test was really good. I was nervous. Like, I lost a little bit of points toward the end when I was like, I guess I was kind of going too slow at this point. I didn't want to go too fast this time, so that's why, like, toward the end, like, I guess, like, when I was approaching intersections, like, I was just kind of slowed down. But I was driving good for the rest of the test, so I just lost points for that at the end. But everything else I did correct. The only thing was that I almost could have failed on, but I didn't. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, right? So we're about to get to the end of the test site. You know, I did everything good. Like, I felt really good about my test. Didn't, like, correct me on nothing. Like, I didn't, nothing that I had to press the brake on me about. So that was good. We're pulling into the test site. She told me to make a left turn here. For some reason, I was waiting to turn, and I thought that I could have sworn the light was green, but I guess it wasn't, and I turned a red light. But when I turned the red light, it was no cars coming. It was no cars coming or nothing. And I pulled in to the test site, and my test was over. And she was like, "You ran a red light." I was like, "I did." Like, I didn't even see I did that, yo. Like, I don't know what. Like, I saw the light, but I guess I just didn't. My mind was just all over the place because I knew the test was about to end. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't see the light turn red. She said it was red. But anyway, she passed me the receipt. And she's just like, we'll just say it was yellow. And she passed me, bro. I couldn't. Bro, when she said, let's just say it was yellow, she got out the car. In my head, I'm just like, bro, what just happened? I'm thinking, I don't know if I passed. I opened the paper, bro. Tears start falling from my face. Like, tears. Like, my heart just, like, I feel my chest, everything.
My brother was really happy.
He was really happy for me. So that was good. My mom very happy for me. All my friends, all my coworkers are really fucking happy. They all were commenting on my story. Like, I posted it instantly. Like, I was like, yo, I posted that shit. I was so, like, hyped. Like, my other friend who put me on to the instructor, like, he's one of my really good friends who drives as well. I put him on. He was happy. He was hyped for me, yo. Like, everybody just believed in me. I really felt the support. So to actually pass and, you know, one of my goals come true, like, I could not believe it, because this is one of my goals for a really long time. I had my permit for years now. I'm 22, about to be 23. I had my permit since I was like 18, going on 19. So I had my permit for a really long time and waited a long time to start doing lessons. So one thing when you get your permit, do not wait a long time to start doing lessons and trying to get your license, because that will mess you up. Right now, if I did not get my license, my permit would have expired the next year. So that gives me a little bit of time, obviously, to try to hurry up and get it. So that's why I felt pressured to get it, because I didn't want my permit to expire. So that's why when I was scheduling my road test, it was just so long, and I just felt so nervous that I was going to keep failing and I wouldn't have time, and then I have to get my permit over. So one thing, if you do get your permit, just make sure you take your lessons or start doing that next step ASAP. Don't wait like I did, because that's going to also kind of make you nervous. Another thing is, during your test, just make sure you get a lot of sleep the night before. Make sure you really prep yourself. Don't over practice, don't overdo it. Like, end of the day, like, you know yourself, you know your limits. So, during your lessons or during when you're driving, you know yourself. If you feel like you need more practice, if you feel more comfortable, like, if you're behind the wheel and you just feel nervous, like, obviously during the test you're gonna most likely feel nervous. So just know yourself. If you feel comfortable one day driving, you're like, okay, this is cool. So you know your potential and abilities to pass. You feel me? If y'all did like this video and you like my storytelling of how I, failed and how I actually passed my road test, make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. I will be posting more content soon, more videos. Y'all can comment, let me know what y'all want to see, what y'all want to see me do, and all that shit. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. Again, my name is Rosemary Martinez. Rose is lit on Instagram. You can find me on Snapchat, all that shit above. I'm gonna just put in the description all my shit that I can follow or whatever if y'all want to see more. But yeah, thank you guys so much for actually watching my actual video. If you guys made it this far into the video, y'all a real one. Like, I can't believe you actually watched my video, bro. Like, I love y'all, for real. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and tune in to the next video. Yeah. All right, bye.
I can put you on a flight. You know that a nigga like me can change your life, oh baby. Everything you do is amazing.